The earth had been created and the mountains had risen. With the seas, trees, and animals, everything had fallen into such a beautiful balance. It was as if the entire universe had been carefully prepared like a magnificent palace, with everything placed exactly where it belonged. And God was ready to create humankind, and he gave his command. Clay took form into a body, the first human, Prophet Adam. And Prophet Adam slowly opened his eyes for the first time. He was now a being who could think, speak, and feel. Everyone was watching this moment with great attention. But one being felt disturbed by it. Was this really necessary? It wondered. Of course, the one thinking this was none other than Iblis himself. Iblis was also a being in paradise. However, the arrogance within him had begun to surface. He envied Prophet Adam and could not accept the honor that had been given to him.
My lord, grant me respite until the day when people are resurrected. Because you led me astray, I will surely make evil deeds attractive to them on earth, and I will mislead all of them. Then I will certainly approach them from in front, from behind, from their right, and from their left, and you will not find most of them grateful.
After that, the devil had only one goal. Just as he had been cast out of paradise, he would take away the paradise of Adam and his descendants. As Adam contemplated his loneliness within the unmatched beauty of paradise, the preparations for a new creation were underway. Adam noticed the presence of someone before him. Who is this? He wondered, as he was just beginning to discover his inner feelings. He started to ask the one standing before him.
Who are you?
I am your partner.
As Adam and Eve were enjoying the boundless beauty of paradise, God warned them not to approach a certain tree. Yet this warning was exactly the opportunity Satan had been waiting for. He quickly took action, approaching them in a cunning way and deceiving them, trying to make them do the very opposite of God's command.
O Adam, shall I show you the tree of eternity and an endless kingdom? Indeed, I am one of the sincere advisors to you.
The evil words had clouded their minds and awakened a sense of what if within them. Driven by this doubt, they approached the tree, picked a fruit from its branch, and took a bite. And God spoke, "Did I not forbid you from this tree? Did I not tell you that the evil is your enemy?" And the time came. On a Friday, the first human and his companion were sent down to the earth. They were now in a completely different place, and they were far apart from one another. The two beings who had once been side by side were now alone in different parts of the world. When the first human looked up at the sky, he knew that the same sun was warming his companion, but between them lay mountains, deserts, and vast distances. Imagine, you are spending your first night in a world you've never known. It is nothing like where you once were. For the first time, they felt cold. For the first time, they felt hunger. For the first time, They felt the need to protect themselves from nature. Picture yourself in that moment. There is no shelter, no door to knock on, no human voice to say, "I'm here." Only you and an unknown world. The first human hoped to see his companion beyond every hill. As frightening as this world was, they were not truly alone. The Creator had not abandoned them. Slowly, they were being guided toward one another. They were given a reminder from what they had left behind. A sign carrying meaning. It was a source of comfort in the midst of hardship. There was a place where this sign would be carried and given purpose. A sacred space that would become a point of gathering and direction for humanity. This place would become, for all who came after them, a meeting point, a place of remembrance and a search for meaning. And then, after a long time, a silhouette appeared on the horizon. Was the long separation finally coming to an end? This was the place known today as Mecca. And yes, the first human and his companion were reunited. This time their tears were not from pain, but from gratitude and peace. The place where they reunited would, over time, come to be known by people as Arafat. And so the first couple of humanity began to build life on Earth, step by step. In time, they had children. Humanity began to grow. But dark intentions had not yet come to an end. The force that had once misled the first human had failed in its purpose when he learned from his mistake and found his way. Now its target was the next generation. Two brothers. Two individuals who would become part of one of the earliest trials in human history. Abel and Cain. Abel was gentle, patient, and devoted to his faith. Cain, on the other hand, was ambitious, harsh, and envious. They were born of the same parents, but their hearts were not the same. A dark influence, seeking to divide them, was waiting for an opportunity. And that opportunity came. The Creator asked each of them to offer a sacrifice. It was seen as a way to draw closer to Him. Abel selected the finest and healthiest of his flock, offering his most valuable without a moment's hesitation. Cain went to his field, yet he was unwilling to offer his best, choosing instead the withered and worthless produce. Both of them presented their offerings, and the result was clear. Abel's was accepted. Cain's was rejected. This was the very moment the dark influence had been waiting for. Days passed. A dark influence kept whispering into his mind. It made him think for hours, guiding him step by step. Cain did not accept his mistake. His father was a prophet, yet he did not go to him. He only kept thinking and listened to those whispers. Daha edebi bir alternatif. Days went by. A dark force continued to whisper into his mind, drawing him into endless thoughts and quietly guiding him. Cain refused to accept his mistake. His father was a prophet, yet he did not turn to him. Instead, he remained alone with his thoughts and listened to the whispers. One day, Abel lay down to rest and drifted into sleep. The dark influence was beside him once again. He won. You lost, it whispered. As long as he lives, you will always be second. Cain stepped closer, slowly. His heart said, "Stop," but he silenced it. He reached for a heavy stone. His hands trembled, but he could not pull back. And then, the first killing in human history took place. A brother killed his own brother. Abel now lay motionless on the ground, and in that moment, the whispering presence was gone. Cain was left alone with what he had done. He did not know what to do. The Creator sent him a crow. The crow scratched the ground and buried another. When Cain saw this, he said, "I could not even be like this crow." He dug the earth and buried his brother. But nothing was the same anymore. Abel did not return. Days passed. Adam was waiting, but he did not return. That day, Adam learned something: the pain of losing a child. A fire fell into the hearts of the parents. They had not lost just one child. They had lost both of them. One was gone. The other had become a killer. And this event became a lesson that would be told for generations. This was only the beginning of humanity's inner struggle on Earth. The whispers of darkness are still among us, continuing to try to lead us astray. The world is like a miracle reborn each day, gaining meaning through the colors of nature and the goodness within people. A smile, a small act of kindness, or a shared moment can unexpectedly make life more beautiful. Even in the midst of chaos, goodness and hope always find their way.